Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
What up? Welcome to Tuesday. It's the KVJ After the Show Podcast.
Yeah, Kevin!
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Got an email about me getting laid. Yeah. Somebody said you need to keep that royal wedding footage on hand.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you find what works.
You need to see if you can't get some of those pictures because they've been released, the official wedding photos. Have them blown up and just put all over your house.
Yeah. I bet I wasn't the only guy who got laid because of the royal wedding. But there are a lot of people. Yeah.
It just put romance in the air. It stirs the beast. It gets everybody thinking, about love and they look so cute together and come here and hold me.
Then I retract my statement. I thought it was just about the hair. A boy can hope.
I know. Yeah.
The hair didn't hurt.
No, yeah,
It did not
agree.
hurt.
Yeah.
It helped, I am sure.
Yeah,
but
I think the queen does enjoy the new follicles.
For sure, yeah.
So I think it's working out. Yeah. I think it worked in my favor. But yeah, it was something about it. I don't know. That royal wedding just got it going.
My favorite text of this morning was when you told that story about having sex and Cannon was in the same room.
Yeah.
When the one for, how dare you?
How dare you
dare
talk
you.
about your sex life like that on the radio?
How dare you be normal and want to have fun?
Yeah. Well, you haven't listened to the show very long.
That's
You think
what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's really nothing that's off limits. So if that shocks
If
you,
you're a newer listener,
yes.
welcome to the fucking gang.
That's right.
If you're listening to this.
Got an email from Jason here. Said, hey, KVJ, I'm a little bit behind. I was hoping I could get an update on all the birthday poon Jerby got. Not sure it's true, but I've heard that he had a threesome with a lot of butt play.
Well.
Hashtag Texarado Longhand, no more.
Well, Tex, tell us.
Complete fabrication. I have not had sex in a while. I did not have sex for my birthday.
Did anybody touch that D for your birthday?
The only person that touched my D was me.
Damn.
But I got to tell you, though, I wanted to dine myself. I made it feel real nice. Like
So Kevin's had more sex in the month of May than you?
Kevin's had more sex. Yeah, absolutely. He has. Totally.
Wow. How about that, huh?
Nobody's touched that D?
Yeah, right now I am the one that's at the least activity. Suits is getting laid. I'm sure you're getting it at home, right, Mama?
Yes, yeah.
Panda better. I'll get on his ass.
Rocco took a bath over the weekend. You know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
Bath time means it's fuck time. It sounds terrible.
Got this email about asking a child consent. Say, hey, I want to say this when it was on the show, but the moment passed, and then Jaybird mentioned it on the Weird and Whatever podcast, and I think it needs to be said. No one is stating the reason why the woman wants to promote asking a child for consent to change their diaper. While I do agree that it's a bit silly to ask a baby or toddler if they can change their diaper, since the child may just give a sassy no, just for the fun of saying no, I do believe in enforcing consent early on. When the child is old enough to understand yes or no, parents need to start enforcing the thought process of discussion instead of the usual because I said so. I took courses about child psychology, and it's extremely dangerous to raise your child around the because I said so statement. Children get abducted, molested, and raped because an adult told them the statement because I said so and then took advantage of them. If you raise your children to obey whatever any adult says, it teaches them to be a follower and just to do everything everyone says. And claiming that you taught your child to only listen to you is still bad because the abductor can tell the child to do what they say because their parent said so. This person is trying to teach children to understand how to think for themselves and make decisions without defaulting on following all orders like a drone. If you don't start young, then they might grow into a habit that's hard to break. I hope that explains what everyone seems to be missing. She's trying to enforce a better way of thinking, and the child, she just has a more difficult method of teaching. Sorry if it's super long. I love you guys.
No,
Okay.
I totally know what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
My whole point, and I said on the Weird and Whatever podcast, I think there's a better way to do that stuff. There's a way to teach all about consent, all about that stuff, and not have to do that whole thing about asking consent about changing your diaper. And my other statements about parents, just you're allowed to. I totally you should ask your kids their opinions and ask questions and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you're the parent, and if a kid's being defiant and they're 9 years old, it gets to the point where after they give their opinion and they're still acting up. Okay, it's time to go to bed now. No, I'm not going to go. Blah blah blah. Okay, listen to you. No, it's time to go to bed. No, I want it to. It's time to go to. I'm your parent. You're gonna get. You're on. You're going. You're to be grounded. Mm-hmm. That's all I was saying about that.
Yeah,
I listen to your kids for sure, but I just don't think you should let them run all over you.
Yeah, I think that's really the trick of this story and this situation. Yeah, you should never feel like a kid has to go through something that makes them uncomfortable, in a sense, sexually. But you do have to know that kids don't get a say when it comes to doing things they may not want to do. I don't want to brush my teeth. I don't want to go to bed. All those kind of things. And yeah, when I was growing up, and I think that's what the opposing view is you got to be careful. And you do see a lot of that today with kids thinking that I make every decision in my life what I do. Nobody ever wants to do anything that they don't want to do. And that's the danger. Saying, unfortunately, my mom always taught me growing up, there's going to be a lot of things in life you don't want to do.
It's going to make you
got to do it.
You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're not going to want to do it.
Yeah. And if you only do in life the things you want to do, you're not going to get where you need to go. Because unfortunately, pretty much everything in life is a give and take. This job, there are parts of this job I don't like doing, but I know to get on the air and do a show in the morning, I got to prep and I got to look through a gazillion different things that I hate prepping. It's so arduous and tedious and boring. But if you don't do that, then you don't get anything to talk about on the show. You're not ready. Just give and take of life, baby.
Prepping is like hunting. You can go to the woods to get what you're looking for. There may not be any animals roaming around for a while.
Well, it's like anything. People love boating. I don't know of anybody who loves cleaning their boat and doing all the maintenance on the boat. They love getting out on the water. But you got to realize you got to deal with, unless you got the boat club, you got to deal with a lot of crap if you're going to be a boat owner to get out there on the water. So is life, my friends. There's a story that we got sent here talking about consent and the messages that are sent even subliminally in our society. Got this email that came in here about the movie Show Dogs. Allison from San Diego said, saw this article about this scene that happens in the kids' movie Show Dogs. I haven't seen the movie, but does the author of this article seem too sensitive, or is the author right? I see what she's trying to say, and with the risk of sounding overly politically correct, I feel that this scene she talks about is unnecessary and goes too far. To quote Jaybird, not in this climate. Now, the mom wrote this blog about the movie Show Dogs. It's a scene that she says is highly unnecessary and inappropriate for children. Now, the premise of the movie is about a talking police dog named Max, who's paired up with a human partner, Frank, to infiltrate a prestigious dog show and rescue a kidnapped baby panda.
Okay.
The mom writes, as part of any dog show, contestants are judged on their abilities and physical attributes. One part in particular is the inspection of the dog's private parts. The day of the finals come, and if Max doesn't let his private parts be touched, he may lose the competition and any hope of finding the kidnapped panda. The judge's hands slowly reach behind Max, and he goes to his, quote, Zen place. He's flying through the sky, dancing with his partner. There are fireworks and flowers. Everything is great, all white. Someone is touching his private parts. During the movie, I kept thinking, this is wrong. It doesn't need to be in a kid's movie. Everything else in the movie is good fun except for this. My husband agreed with me, but when we talked to my daughter later, she thought it was the funniest part of the movie.
Really?
I mean, I haven't seen it, so it's going to be hard to comment on it, but I don't really get offended by that kind of stuff. I don't have kids, and I like edgy things, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm wrong person to ask.
So kind of on the changing the diaper story, is this sending early on that unfortunately sometimes you're just going to have to take it when a stranger touches your privates? Does she have a point? Is she overthinking it? If anybody's seen the movie, yeah, let me know because, without seeing it, it's hard to comment on. But, yeah.
I have no idea. It was hard to follow.
Yeah. So you see what was going on?
Yeah, I see what was going on. I mean, I would want to see it before I pass judgment on it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like it's that big of a deal, but I need to see it.
Yeah.
So what, were they trying to make it sexual in nature?
No, it's just, I don't think it was supposed to be sexual. It's just that he's got to touch his privates and like going, okay, that's weird when a stranger's touching your privates. It creates an awkward situation, and thus through the awkwardness, I guess, is where they think they might find some humor.
I don't know, man. I guess I think there's just bigger things to worry about than that.
Mm-hmm. So, would you keep your kid from seeing this movie, knowing the scene is in there?
No.
We might discuss tomorrow, maybe if anybody's seen Show Dogs.
Yeah,
it's a new
tell
movie.
us.
Yeah, it's one that has Will Arnett in it, and Ludacris, and Shaq is in it. I think it just came out like last week. It's a pretty new movie. So, send us an email, let us know. Maybe we'll bring it up on the regular show tomorrow to get people's thoughts on it. Liz wrote in about her depressing grandma story. We've all got them. Yeah. She said, my great-grandmother caught her fourth husband cheating on her.
Damn it.
When they were both in their early 90s.
Damn it.
So she divorced him. He becomes very ill, so she takes him in to care for him. But he was bedridden, and he had a colostomy bag and a catheter.
Oh, that sounds awful.
And she didn't want him stinking up her house, so she moved him into the garage in South Florida, set it up nicely with a hospital bed and such, but it had no AC. He lived there for a couple of years. Craziness.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Is that elder abuse? In a garage in Florida?
In South Florida?
I mean, even if it is an elder doing it to an elder, it doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
A garage? I mean, I know he's a pig, but...
Got this email from Nick. Said, hey, KVJ, just had a couple suggestions for Jaybird and Kevin. Jason should watch this documentary on Netflix called The Nightmare. It is about people with night terrors and sleep paralysis. It delves into the reasons people have them. All the people seem to have the same dream involving shadow people. Very interesting. I myself have had dreams about a man wearing a cape and a fedora, which come to find out is a common dream called the Man in the Hat. And they talk about it in the documentary.
Yeah, we talked about that back when we were living in Miami.
Shadow people?
Shadow people, yeah. We were having issues with, we totally talked about that.
I said, and Kevin, you talked before about how when you were younger, you loved to sing El Shaddai by Amy Grant. Maybe a little cocktails and karaoke, just a suggestion.
Oh, I would love to see that.
I could actually rock that with you.
Oh.
Could, huh? Yeah.
My neighbors loved Amy Grant, and they really turned me on to Amy Grant. Amy Grant, The Collection, might still be one of my favorite albums of all time.
Oh, I had the biggest crush on her. She had a song called I Will Remember You. I will remember. And the guitar, real
voice
painful.
like an angel.
Yeah, man. I had such a thing for her.
El Shaddai might be a little slow, but...
Yeah, it's a little slow, but yeah.
Maybe like Angels Watching Over Me. That's a little more fast-paced.
Amy Grant's got a couple of back when VH1 was just the king. She would be played a lot on VH1.
She did. She had a few mainstream hits, but I mean, if you really want to go for, if you can get down with a little Jesus music, Amy Grant, The Collection is such a good Christian album.
She did Baby, Baby.
Yep. That was her mainstream. That was her crossover.
That's how I knew her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. And you're welcome for the Tim Horton Pooper story. She's a star. Yes, that was a classic.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Talking about Netflix stuff, I don't know if you've got any Netflix shows that you're looking forward to coming out. One that I'm trying to find out exactly when it's coming out, can't seem to find the exact date here, is Ozark. Season 2.
Oh, that was good. You need to watch that, Virginia. You would really like it. I'm pretty sure you're a Bateman fan.
Yeah, I am a Bateman fan. I think he's doing Arrested Development.
He is.
Right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out exactly when it is going to be going down. So it was a really good show. It was about this guy that's kind of like funneling money for the mafia, but he's been doing so many other projects. Like, I think isn't he still doing, is it Arrested Development? Is that the show?
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm over here trying to find the date on this. Sorry.
He's actually, I think he's filming right now, maybe in New York, and he was in a taxi cab, and the taxi cab got into a car accident.
Oh,
And
really?
so you see like Bateman and somebody else on the side of the road because they had to tell the cops what happened. So they stuck around to.
Yeah, because they've seen. In fact, I was looking on this list of shows coming out on Netflix that they had done, but I'm trying to find out what the release date of it is, and they didn't have like it was anything highly anticipated has been confirmed. Filming underway. First released in July 2017. I was going to say I was watching it about this time last year. So I'm like, well, it was kind of a nice little summertime type thing. But if they're filming it right now.
Is that Ozark or is that Arrested Development
This
they're
one's
filming?
Ozark. I think Arrested Development just dropped.
Okay.
I think. So I think that one's done and in the books. And then doesn't he have I think I saw he has another movie that just came out.
Probably.
Like, how's this guy get it all done?
How much you think his net worth is? I got it right here.
Jason Bateman. Okay. His TV shows, he's probably, and I think probably movies, he'll make like $2 million a movie.
Keep in mind he was in Teen Wolf 2.
I am.
No one forgets.
TOO.
I'm going to say he's, I'm going to give him $21 million.
Okay. Virginia, your guess, the person who loses gets shocked.
16 mil.
16 mil?
I don't know.
Damn. You're a Bader hater. He's worth 30 mil.
30.
30 mil.
Okay. That's probably about right.
Good for him.
I feel like he's underpaid.
He's
honestly.
one of my favorites. He is so likable. Everything he does, I buy into it.
There was one movie he did either a year ago or a couple years ago called, I think it's called The Gift, and he plays kind of a bad guy. It's good. It was a pretty good movie. You would like that movie. Kind of a darker Bateman.
Oh.
Yeah. What are the flops that he's done?
I mean, he's definitely got some flops in there. Because he's done a bunch of independent movies you probably don't remember or have ever heard of.
Does it mean that they're bad, or
No.
is it just that they, weren't, highly
You're right.
well known?
I'm wrong. I hear you.
Yeah, because he's done Ozark, which, check out season 1. It's great. Arrested Development, that is big.
He did Office Christmas Party.
I
Did
like
that stink?
movie.
You liked it?
I did.
Was it bad? I haven't seen it yet.
Kevin, you would not. I don't know if you would like that movie.
They got one night to prove it to the new boss.
Do you think Kevin would like that?
No.
There's no way.
You don't think I like Office Christmas
I
Party?
don't.
I loved it.
I thought it was wiggity whack, Kev.
He did Horrible Bosses 1 and 2. I don't think I've seen 2.
Horrible Bosses was good.
You
Was
know,
Horrible Bosses 2 good?
you know what? What happened was I didn't like it at first, and then they ran it like a shit ton on HBO. So it would always be on, and I ended up liking it a little bit.
Because Horrible Bosses was great.
Yeah,
right?
the first one was good.
yes.
Identity Thief was okay.
Identity Thief. Is that the one with him and Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not.
Kevin.
I do not get down with that.
That
one.
movie fucking sucked
That's just
balls,
terrible.
Kevin. That
Oh,
movie-
I don't know. He sucked balls.
Kevin, that
It's
movie,
great.
That
but
movie
He
sucked.
sucked balls is a little
Kevin.
harsh.
Oh my god, you just lost a little
It's a
credibility.
little harsh.
Oh my gosh, it's like the first time.
Gosh.
It's like the first time I saw my dad do something human. I'm like, oh my gosh, my dad's a real person. You lost credibility, man.
He did Up in the Air with George Clooney, 2009. I don't remember if that was big or not. Tropic Thunder he did. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He did Hancock. He's done Juno. He did The Kingdom, Smoking Aces.
What was he in Forgetting? Oh, that's right. He was his friend.
Yeah, The Breakup. He's done that. Yeah, he's usually like the friend for the most part. The Sweetest Thing.
Did you see Bad Words?
No, I didn't. What is that?
That is a movie where he's doing. I believe he's trying to win a spelling bee contest. I watched about an hour of it.
Okay.
My buddy recommended it. It's supposed to be like critically acclaimed. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
It was all right.
Okay. Yeah, some of the Netflix shows that are going to be coming out. That 13 Reasons Why is just out, and that's already controversial. I was reading every day there's a new piece of a scene or something like that.
I know, but don't Doesn't everybody know they're doing that on purpose? That's why they like when they get articles written about them. They're deliberately writing shit in their script to get people all fucking pissy.
It's not like, oh boy, I didn't think we should have done that.
So how can you be shocked and offended? Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this scripted
a show that's supposed to be shocking and pretty offensive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
People go there because, I got to be shocked and offended today.
They're doing exactly what they told you they were going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Quit being so fucking offended. Again, I'm offended, you're offended.
Yeah. Coming out next week, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, season 4. Did you watch that show, Virginia?
I watched up until the end of season 2. I mean, I still like it, but it was starting to get a little bit, wow.
That can happen.
I do. Look, the girl that plays Kimmy Schmidt is so likable. And her friend, the Broadway actor guy that's always breaking into song, Lavelle, I think I don't know. He's awesome. He's amazing. Kimmy Schmidt's cute. The rest of them,
She was the only new character on The Office that I liked.
Okay.
I thought she was pretty good on The Office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so I'm looking at Ozark season 2, and they don't have a date for it. I don't think so. Hopefully soon. Because I hate that after about a year, I don't have any memory of a show. I'm kind of worried about, and I'm trying to think this through, that maybe I should watch the last season of Game of Thrones again sometime and figure out when I should start watching that.
All I remember of Game of Thrones was there was some, well, I don't want to say anything. Yeah, never mind. Shut the fuck up. Just in case.
Jason, you spoiled the whole thing.
Well, I went on social media the other day and spoiled Star Wars for somebody, the latest one. I did such a 101 you shouldn't do. I dropped like somebody that died in the movie. And people were like, what the fuck, man? I haven't seen it yet.
Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Titus Burgess. That's the guy on Kimmy Schmidt that I love.
Okay.
He is so talented. He should have his own show.
Got an email here from Carlos. He said, Kev, what the hell's going on in this moment? Were you holding in a fart? Was somebody mocking your hair? Have a drink, dude. Looks like you need one.
You look like you're about to fucking rip my face off.
Anger. Yeah, he is looking in your direction.
Hey, Jason, shut the fuck up.
Is that when you walk out of the room when it was supposed to be a Greek moving commercial?
I don't know what. I was reading my phone. Yeah, I'm not a great multitasker.
Let me see here. Somebody said, yeah, Jaybird, you need to finish watching Bad Words. There's an actual resolution of the movie, which makes it totally worthwhile. I think you'd like it.
Okay, I will. I will totally do that.
And another text said the movie Jason Bateman Just Dead called Game Night was absolutely hilarious and really, really good.
So I wanted to rent that, and they only had the buy option on there. It was like $20 from like, fuck that.
Buy?
Yeah, but I think this week that movie becomes available to rent, and it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll check that one out too.
Let me see. Got some comments that came in here today about the Kendrick Lamar story that we were talking about earlier today. He's going to be at the amphitheater tomorrow night here in town, and he does this song MAAD City, and it's got the N-word in it. And he's in Alabama and brought this white chick on stage and had her going through the song with him, and there's like a dozen N-words in there, and she just got into it, and she's, dropping the N-bomb up on stage, and the crowd started booing her, and he stopped her, and he said, okay, give her some slack. She didn't know the rules, and you got to bleep that word out. She apologized, and he let her try again. She skipped the N-words this time, but got a little tripped up, so he just cut her off. Couple messages we got on that. Somebody said, okay, see, my issue with the Kendrick Lamar thing is he knew damn well what song was going to be playing and that any fan would sing the words. This was done on purpose, and it pisses me off. Yeah, so we got a couple different comments basically on the same gist on that. I think what you were saying earlier, Virginia, yeah, I mean, it was.
If you're white, you can't say that word. That's just it. And so, I mean, if he set you up and brought you up there, well, yeah, maybe he did that. But you still had to say the word. And white people just need to know we can't say that word.
Yeah, she probably had a couple cocktails. She's a little loose in the lips and thought, here I go.
But also, don't have someone do a sing-along with the words of it.
I hear you.
I mean, seriously,
but
though.
You got to be responsible for what comes out of your mouth. And you can't say it as a white person.
Yeah, you can't. So,
But that's it.
but at the same time, I think you'd have to see the whole picture for what it is. Yeah, he probably knew, okay, this would be a moment and we'll get something out of it. Hey, you can't do that. Whether he meant it in jest or whether he meant to, get this person booed, who knows what it was for entertainment.
Yeah, we don't know what's in his heart.
Yeah.
Hopefully he
what
wasn't
the intent was.
setting this white girl up to be trashed and booed. But, I mean, we don't know.
And it's something that, as far as that goes, I sit on the sideline of it. And I watch the debate as it happens. It's not my debate to get, thrown into. And there are people that are African-American that say, we got to stop using this word. I hate this. I don't like this word. It's an ugly word. We just need to get rid of it. And then other people say, no, we've taken control of the word and we've given it a new power, a new meaning, a new feeling. And it's a term of endearment with people that we have, with that share our past and our history. And so, I'm not black. I don't think I have any part of me that's black, so it's not my word, so I don't sit on the debate. I sit there and watch it interested, and I see so many white people that I think this is the third time in about 2 months I've heard a story where they've had videos. There was a lacrosse team from Virginia Tech that they had that, Little Dicky song or whatever it was. What's the name of that damn song with Chris Brown in it?
It's got the N-word in it.
Big time.
And if you got a bunch of white people dancing around saying it, it just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you'll get in trouble every time. It's
every
gonna cause
time.
a story, and you can fight it.
And if that's what you want, well, that's what you got.
Yeah. You ain't going to win,
No.
You can be upset or whatever, but it's just kind of the way it is. I parked my butt on the sideline on that one. A couple other things going on here. I love this thing when people try to make that they are someone else. And I remember that one time we got duped by the guy that said that he was in, what was that damn band at Sunfest?
A Fallout Boy.
Boy, yeah.
We've been duped several times.
Yeah.
We are the king of being fucking catfish.
We've been duped a few.
I mean, don't let me remind everybody again that Kentucky John catfished me, Virginia, Suits, and Denny's in a dating game for Suits, and he won it as a woman.
That's amazing.
The Suits, and we all legitimately thought that Kentucky John was a woman, and he beat out 2 other women to go on a
Suits
date.
picked Kentucky John.
I'm sorry, I missed it. That's really
you
unbelievable.
were gone that day.
Yeah, I was gone, yeah.
I'm sorry, that's fucking unbelievable.
We all picked Kentucky John. He was
because at the end he goes, he's like, Suits like, I picked contestant number 3. He's like, oh, thank you. It's Kentucky John. I got you, guys.
Y'all were stupid.
Gosh, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
That is pretty amazing.
And then we were just all like, does that mean the dating game's over?
We did 2 Suits dating games, and they were both terrible.
Suits did much better on his own.
Totally.
Says here, police in Philadelphia are looking for a guy who poses Alicia Keys' DJ. And he wasn't trying to get into a concert or a studio or anything. He did it so he could speak to high school students about the music business.
That's weird.
Yeah, he reportedly visited 3 local high schools to talk about why students should stay in school and to tell them how the music industry works.
That is the weirdest part of it because he wasn't getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
And it shows you this guy is truly a psychopath.
Yeah, he was calling himself DJ Official Silent Assassin, and the whole scheme fell apart with one of the students when one of the students tried to Google him and discovered that he had a federal rap sheet. Like, what is going on?
No.
Yeah. There was another story about Katy Perry. She bought a round of drinks for her audience during a benefit concert in her hometown of Santa Barbara on Saturday. She, at one point during the show, said that she opened up the bar and bought everyone a beer, and she continued, so all the men, even my own sister's husband, left, and they all came back double fisting. She said she hadn't gotten the bill yet.
Trust me, I've bought beer for the entire building before. Remember for the premiere of Clowns Have Murderous Ways?
Yes.
It's never cheap.
Yeah, I wonder how much she dropped on that. If she bought, beer, let's say maybe there's I don't know, there's probably at least 2,000 people took advantage of that, right?
I don't know. It depends on how many people are in the venue. I mean, 2,000 people is a lot of people.
It is, but I mean, is Katy Perry going to be doing?
Where was she?
She was in Santa Barbara as a benefit to, for relief from fires and mudslides happening in the area.
Was it in a bar? Was it in a restaurant? Was it in a concert hall? I mean, 2,000 people has to be like an arena, a small arena.
I'd imagine it's a small arena. Yeah, I mean, looking at Santa Barbara's a smaller town, but I'm sure they probably had kind of like a small theater type arena.
That's going to be a big tab then, 2,000 people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She can handle it, though.
Yeah, but she may have dropped $100,000 on that.
I've seen people do it in a bar before and drop like, $1,000.
Really? Okay.
Pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
They buy everybody in the whole bar a drink.
It's kind of baller.
It's pimp.
Do you agree with this lawsuit? 2 South Florida McDonald's customers are accusing the fast food giant of forcing them to pay for quarter pounders with cheese when they only wanted plain quarter pounders.
I can't do this shit. Sometimes you just get the wrong order. You got to buck up, little
What
camper.
they're saying is there's no quarter pounder option without the cheese.
Yeah.
And they want to have a price point that reflects no cheese. So maybe 60 cents off.
Again, same sentiment. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for you. Buck up, little camper.
Just say, give me a quarter pounder, hold the cheese.
Quit being such a dick.
It's 60 cents. Really? You're doing all this for 60 cents?
Yeah, he started noticing that he was still being charged for the cheesy versions, even though they wouldn't put the cheese on. And he said, hey, how can they charge me for something I didn't get? So the suit says that McDonald's ceased displaying plain quarter pounders and double quarter pounders on its store menus at some point after advertising and displaying the cheeseless options for years. So apparently they used to say you could get it without cheese and they wouldn't charge you. And then somewhere along the way, they stopped announcing it and just started charging you anyway. So it was a hidden cost kind of thing is what he's saying if you're going to change your policy, at some point you need to make your consumers aware.
I don't know. I think we got bigger fish to fry. Kind of like the whole, not everything's $1 in the dollar store.
Yeah, we got bigger Filet-O-Fish to fry.
She's right.
Oh, you like that.
I love it. I need it.
So the lawsuit's saying that McDonald's should now require customers who want them as standalone sandwiches or as part of the value meal to buy the with cheese versions and ask for the cheese to be left off.
I mean, they're right, but it seems like a lot of hullabaloo just to be right. What are you going to win?
And apparently the cheeseless sandwiches are still available at reduced prices for customers who order them via the McDonald's mobile app or through a third-party delivery service. But apparently when you go into the restaurant and you say, hey, hold the cheese, they'll hold it, but they'll still charge you. And they say, why can't I get it through delivery or through the app and have to pay extra?
If it's inconsistent, then we got an issue here.
That's what they're saying.
And let's get our shit together.
And why would you ever say hold the cheese? You ask for more chease.
Yeah, there's some people.
You're doing it wrong.
Just trying to go without the dairy, I guess.
There's some people who don't like cheese.
Well, I don't like them.
Oh yeah, I'm with. I stand with Virginia and with cheese.
Cheese gives me so much joy. I haven't had a lot of it on my weight loss program. Cheese not on the program. But over the weekend, my girlfriend, for her little girl's 2-year-old birthday, had a taco bar.
Oh.
She set up a fucking taco bar in
nice.
her house.
Oh my god.
This thing had ground beef, it had pork, it had chicken, it
That's
had
fun.
every kind of topping. It had onions, sour cream, homemade guacamole. It had 3 different types of cheeses. A melted white queso, sprinkled cheddar, and then a melted yellow queso.
That's what I want for Christmas. I want a taco bar.
A taco bar, Kevin.
Will you get me a taco bar? Either one of you?
I mean, I can turn that part of this workstation into a taco bar one day.
Can we just do that every day? Be have a taco bar? That might be a lot, though.
Let's wait for a special occasion.
I did want to talk to management. I had an idea about doing a little sub shop or a little thing down in the lobby here. They would make a killing in this building. Why would they not have a little sub shop or a little sandwich area?
I don't think this building is zoned for food service. It's commercial.
We can fucking get through all that red tape.
We can?
Yeah, we can figure that
We
out.
can't even figure out how to throw a pumpkin off the balcony safely. You think we're going to be able to get this place rezoned?
Bullshit. We totally threw that thing off safely. There was some fake drama that was thrown around these parts.
I love drama.
Yeah, but you didn't like this drama because the drama was painting us in a way worse light than... We're bad, but we're not that bad.
All right, well, got anything you want to add in here to the show? You can always send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com. We'll get to it. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.